So let's continue with a story that happens in the sky. Have you ever heard about drones? Well, it's Robert's interview now and his team to talk about how we do anti-poaching through drones. Hi Robert, you're based in South Africa, right?
Hi Marion, yes we are in a little hamlet called Royals. Not many people know about it, but a nice little peaceful seaside town.
Sure, thank you so much for being with us for Innovation Day. So can you tell us more about your background, Robert?
So my background is actually system design, and I've always played with CAD as a hobby, and when we started the project, the drone project, it became a full-time job.
So the project is calling The Eye Above. Can you tell us more about the concept behind?
So The Eye Above is a anti-poaching drone project. It was set up to overcome some of the challenges that have stood in the way of drone implementation into the anti-poaching arena, specifically designing a drone that is purpose-built for anti-poaching, and also some of the infrastructure and implementation challenges around it.
Yes, in fact, we know that poaching is a very, very critical, in South Africa. Is it still a critical situation?
It is, especially rhino poaching. South Africa is losing the war against rhino poaching. Recently in KwaZulu-Natal, the rhino population has been decimated. And unless we can actually bring drones into the arena successfully, we are going to lose this war.
So with the Eye Above, meaning anti-poaching drones, is it something like to better monitor, the field with the different endangered animals?
So we have developed a 2-meter surveillance drone with a very, very long flight time, specifically designed for surveillance in anti-poaching, with autonomous tracking, with infrared night vision cameras, state-of-the-art electronics on board. And it was quite an interesting challenge because there are no off-the-shelf drones that can actually do the job. So we had to design the drone from scratch, and Solidworks has been absolutely instrumental in getting us to where we are today.
So you asked the question I wanted to ask to you, Robert. What about Solidworks solutions? How it could help, your innovation, meaning the Eye Above?
So we started off with some other packages. I'm not going to mention any names. What we're doing is very complex, and eventually we moved over to Solidworks platform. First of all, the ease of learning for people who hadn't been CAD professionals before was phenomenal. People who moved from other CAD packages just picked up Solidworks with no problems. The range of tools that Solidworks has meant a small 3-man team has done what entire companies normally can do on a very small budget. Every single part of the drone has been simulated, designed, tested in Solidworks before physical parts have been manufactured. And so far, everything has gone according to plan. And I don't believe we would have been able to do this with any other platform.
I was told, Robert, that you are using also a 3D experience. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yes, we've started moving to the 3D experience platform for a number of reasons. The first one is we're using a tool called Surface Pattern Creator, which is allowing us to generate architecture that we can't generate in SolidWorks. From a program view, and we don't have the computer power. By using the cloud-based systems, we're actually leveraging the Dassault Systems computer power, which means we can do things a lot faster and a lot cheaper. Coupled with that, we've now moved to the cloud-based asset management system, PLM. And during COVID, all of our engineers were working from home, and it became really difficult because a lot of the time you needed to share designs and share models that you were actually working on. With a cloud-based system and using a digital twin technology, everyone is working on the same models at the same time, and everyone has access to exactly the same assets. And even though we're coming out of COVID, from a cost point of view, everyone's still working from their own offices or home. So the cloud platform has really improved what we can do and given us abilities that a single platform like SolidWorks just doesn't have. And I think for companies out there, 3D Experience platform and the cloud systems are going to be where they're going to need to move to.
Regarding your company, the IABOS, what are the key objectives or the main targets?
So the key objectives are to build a drone that can actually become a blueprint for drone integration into anti-poaching. Very early on, we decided to go fully 3D printed, which has been a challenge. And I don't believe without Solidworks, we would have actually been able to achieve what we've set out to do. From a CAD package and a support package, Solidworks has been unbelievable and been with us every step of the way to help us overcome problems.
And with the, it's a great innovation, and of course, because it is so useful in the field, we think about rangers, we think about, all the habitants and the way that you help people in the field. Where does it come from, your inspiration?
So I think it came from a friend who was involved in trying to get drones into anti-poaching, and also visiting friends who were rangers at a reserve and seeing firsthand the toll it's taking on our best people and seeing what goes on in the front line and wanting to make a change and wanting to do something different. And to date, our project is totally self-funded. We haven't taken a cent from anyone, and it's only through assistance of companies like Solidworks that we've been able to do what we've achieved. The drone is almost flying. At this stage, it's in final print, and once it's flying, we will start fundraising to actually get drones out into the field.
And for the final question, Robert, do you think we have to fear a little bit more about the loss of biodiversity, because it's the main challenge of our story here? Do you think we can face efficiently anti-poaching and the disappearing of endangered animals?
I think it's not a case of can we, I think it's a case of we have to. So in our little community in Royals, we have abalone poaching literally on our doorstep. Every day there are poachers in the water destroying the abalone beds of what's left of them. South Africa and countries in Africa, especially with the biodiversity and the wildlife population, are targets, and we've got to protect it. And the only way we're going to win this war is to go high tech. And it's actually only working with companies like Dassault and Solidworks that we're actually going to be able to do this.
We wish you good luck to Robert and the team. And of course, we can, support more than ever the work and all the achievements that you are doing. Thank you so much for Robert.